Alright, here we are back with a blockers video and tutorial. Today we're going to go through how blocking can be useful on land, on the ocean, and how it will help save some of your troops from dying, and how it can also prevent any other sorts of harm from coming upon soldiers from different areas and different attacks. So first off, we're going to start with the land. Basic land 1. And so here you have 3 tanks. And you're trying to have them escape. You could be like, oh yeah, it's easy, have them escape too, with the planes and stuff, but how are you going to keep the guys alive? Here's the thing, you don't want to lose all your men either, because you could potentially have a counterattack. You also want to kind of slow down their movement so you can build up an attack around them. From down here, over here, because you have this aircraft carrier, right alongside here, planes on it and everything. You have 2 transports, and you can deploy a strategy, but you can't attack into there. And it'd be a lot harder for you, so you need to build some troops so you can attack up into there and defend yourself. So let's say that the UK goes first. They decide to buy aircraft, something like this, and something like that. Let's say they decide to buy something like that, and then let's say that on first turn they moved everything over there. Very unlikely scenario, but this is just an example of how to use a barrier and a buffer to get away from attacks like that, a blocker. So what you do is you move these 1, because you can move everything back 1. You don't want to give as much land, but you leave 1 guy here. 1 guy here while you move everybody up 1. So you don't lose the bulk of your forces. And there's no way they're going to go around. They can't go through Mongolia. It's going to take too much time to go around that way. And honestly, this over here is about to end. And I think that they're trying to catch on to moving down into here and taking out these 2 fleets. But up here's where they're really struggling with 5 tanks, 4 fighters, I think about 8 men and 3 artillery. That's a pretty devastating attack. But the tanks can't roll through twice to get to these, and the planes can fly over, but they wouldn't fly over into this attack. They're more like a supporting piece with this. So it kind of halts every single thing. Because if you think about it, a plane costs a total of 10 IPCs compared to the tank 6. If a tank kills a plane, that's 4 IPCs that you kind of just threw away in a battle that you could have kept them alive. So they're going to take this 1 soldier. Take this 1 soldier. Let's say we have 30 IPCs to spend. Let's get 2 tanks. Let me see here. Look at my big old bag of Japanese soldiers. Let's see what Japan has to offer. Alright, 1 of those. Let me see. I'm gonna get some chips down so we can put underneath these tanks up top on the map. Chips are my favorite things to use. Very handy, except I don't really have any nails right now, which kind of sucks. Let's say you take these off, put 1 over here into the mobilization zone, and there you go. 3 tanks. Take 1 off and put it over here. Alright, now you have 2 tanks you're gonna buy. Let's see what else you're gonna get. And you're probably gonna get 2 men. I'll leave you with 12. Let's say you save that 12. Because there's not any immediate threat of them taking over Japan for 1. Actually, we can get a fighter. We can also get a fighter. That would be very, 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 very not bad. I know my grammar there was amazing. Let me see here. We're gonna do the same thing I did over here with the tanks, and then put 2 underneath them, giving me a fighter and giving me some fighters to put away. Let's see here. Oh, that one a little bit better. Bam. All right. You move all that back, and that buffer's right there. You may be saying, how is that buffer going to work out for you? Watch. Let's say it's next turn, they're going to have to swing into that. Let's do a rough estimate. Let's say they lose one, you lose one. It kind of weakens their attack a little bit, like ever so slightly. It's not a huge deal for them, but it slows them down a ton. They're gonna throw everything they have into this. And their planes can't land there, which is also very important. They can't really, they're not really supporting this anymore. Since it was the end of your turn, you get to put those down. Boom, boom, boom. And now here comes the, oh, okay, and here comes a very important part. It's back over to you. What do you do here? You employ a pretty decent defensive strategy, moving these down to Quang Tongue. Let's just say you're going to attack into here, because, well, why not? And let's do another kind of simulation battle. 1 for 1. And everything moves into there. Alright. Now we're gonna fly those planes over there. Fly one of my planes over here as well. What does that give me when I move everything back? I'm gonna retreat yet again in my non-combat move phase. That will get me a grand total of, I think, 6 planes. Yep, 6 planes in this area total, which are gonna be great, like absolutely great. Right there, you're moving your tank back. You're moving this guy back, but you're leaving one behind. But you're also putting this guy right here. That guy over here as well. Because what are you doing? You're using these transports to bring over some troops. Wow, there's so many boats over here. I need to kind of move them out of the way. Alright, you brought all the stuff over. Bringing these two. I can't wait to get a camera stand so I can see what I'm looking at while I'm doing this, because I can't really these two. So if there's something's out of frame, note that will be fixed soon. These 2 tanks, we will turn them into 2 chips. And that's a lot stronger army than before. Like a ton stronger. You can also fly over the bomber. You need to, and then now they actually have to think for a second. Like, do you want to do this? You can also bring your boats back too, because they have 2 movements. Bring a destroyer back, because why not? And the Navy can bring. You can bring these bad boys down here with their fighter. You can bring this guy over for a second, because USA doesn't come until 2 turns in. So just turn 1. Yeah, you're gonna want to fight against these fleets, but now you fight against this fleet. Now you have 2 battleships. You can go to war with America, which is what we're gonna do with the buffer with this as well too. The blocker with this. So as you can see, it slowed down their pacing. It slowed down everything to a halt, and it also gave you time to maneuver soldiers around to combat this attack. Right here, they kind of only have one choice, and if they use their tanks just to blitz around, unlike before, they won't go far. They can use their planes, but they won't get very far. Your defense is a lot better than their attack, because your fighters, you have more fighters than they do now too, so they're not going to do it. They're going to need their men and their tanks and all that stuff to be pushed up, but they're always being very slowly taken out of the game. Like I said, the tanks can now go around, but they need their men. And if you're constantly falling back, then they're going to have less time to get there. And honestly, you don't really need a buffer this time if you don't want to. But it's just an option to put out there to kind of slow them down. Again, we're going to do another 1-1 trade. You're slowly thinning out their army. Though it kind of takes a little bit of your energy, it also takes a lot of their energy because they can't reinforce. So now you just slightly increase your battle odds in the process. Maybe sometimes the buffers just don't work out, or it just slows them down. Now it's your turn. What do you do here? How do you attack? Well, We have one spot right here where we want to take over. We want to take over India. Yeah, I'm pretty sure we'll take that at ease. So there's 3 guys. Oh, a lot more. So there's a bit more than 3 guys. So it was 5. It went down. Went a little abysmal. It was a bit of an abysmal fight for us, but we still got it. Japan tokens. Now we have the option to potentially fight into here, right, or reinforce over there. But we have 30 IPCs. I'm kind of in the turn order out of order, turns out of order too, order of play. I'm doing that out of order, so don't take my order of play seriously. Now this time we're gonna get 2 destroyers. Again, if you watch my other videos, I don't buy cruisers that much. You can watch Corporal Clegg's video on our cruisers for losers. Really great video. We're also gonna get an aircraft carrier. So we're gonna purchase an aircraft carrier and 2 destroyers. Alright, you're not missing out on anything. Just search in the bag for 2 of each. Destroyers are huge. Destroyers make a huge impact. We're just gonna put them out here. We'll actually put 3 on them underneath, so you can condense the destroyers. Then we'll end our turn there. You're saying, why getting aircraft carriers? You have 2 down there. Here's why. You'll see. It'll all make sense when we do the ocean. The battles, not battles, but ocean barrier blocker. So let's see here. You took over India, but they took down into Manchuria. That's why we still gained 30. And it's back to us. They took the bait, and now I think we have an option to attack here. You'll be saying, how do we have the option to attack? Well, we can bring this and this. We're here on one of these transports. Boom, boom. Bring in a handy dandy plane. If you want to, you can even bring over 2 more guys. It leaves Japan a bit open. But it all depends on what you attack with. Watch this right here. You have all this attacking force against all that, all because you're able to retreat, get some time. Not only that, you might maybe have this plane and help you. 1, 2, 3. Okay, never mind. He won't be able to quite help you, but yeah, it was worth a shot. This plane can help you down here, though. That's funny. The plane in front here can't help you get over there, but this one can go 1. Yeah, it can go up there a lot easier. Crazy. Anyways, let's see here. What we're gonna do is we're gonna attack. Are we? No, let's just defend. Let's just say that they don't do anything next turn either. Yeah, it just kind of stays stagnant for a little bit. Now that the U.S. is in this game, though, so now here's what we're gonna do. The U.S., they decide to unite both their fleets right here. Alright, so they spend most, if not all, their IPCs on a bunch of boats, and they're getting close to Japan. Alright? You don't want that to happen, do you? Alright? Let's see, let's get us some boats so we can make the US look very intimidating and not want to be touched or messed with. Alright, this should work very well. Alright, let's make USA look intimidating. Beef them up. Boom. Boom. And boom. That's a scary looking thing. That's a scary looking fleet right there compared to yours. Especially since part of yours is down there as well too. Alright, now that's where you use the buffer again. The blocker. This will count as a destroyer because we know the only ships that we have out here on destroyers. And now it's going to get back over to us. So they just attack into the destroyer. They get a hit. We get a hit. And they just select a submarine to die. That's still a huge fleet. Well, they may be a lot closer. But unlike before, they don't get a second move. They're stuck sitting right outside. So now with your 30 IPCs, what are you going to do? you're gonna go all ships ahoy. You're gonna go destroyer crazy. And here's why I say go destroyer crazy, because you're gonna need some defense. Boom, 1 destroyer. 8, 16, wait, no. Wait, yeah. Yes, 8, 16, 24. Now we can get a sub. Boom, and then bang. Bring that over there, bring that over there. And then you can actually bring these ships from down here all the way up here, all the way across here, back up to the top. And do you see how big that fleet is now? Do you see how big that fleet is? Not to mention that plane was on there. You can also use, these right here too, since you didn't attack last turn. Plane, plane, plane. One more plane over here. And over there. Boom. You can fill up your aircraft carriers as well too. They are not going to swing into that. Very, very, very simple maneuver it's mostly used in combat in the ocean for basic reasons. For reasons you just saw, it slowed them down, because like I said, since they all united right here, they could have came over their next turn if there wasn't a blocker here. And see zone 59. So what you had to do, you had to put a blocker down there so they could not just come across and hit Japan. And try to take out the fleet around there. But now that you did that and you saved yourself an extra turn, they wouldn't have already taken this stuff out, and you wouldn't have to reroute every single thing, and you would have had no control of your oceans, really. And they have the option of block. I mean, they can still try to go around the other side, but you will just swarm them, so they're going to have to retreat back. And they might have to put up a blocker right there as well, too, so you can't chase them down either. So yeah, blockers are very important on defense and offense as well. With these boats right here, with the ocean, it's more about defense. On land, you can use them for a bit of both, to kind of hold big armies back. And over here, we took out India, so nothing too big over there. But hopefully I helped you guys out a little bit. And sorry about the camera work again. We will be getting a camera stand. And but thank you guys for watching, and have a great one.